AITA for having a designated driver tax? I am not a big fan of alcohol. I don't enjoy being around drunk people. I can only occasionally enjoy the taste. I'm not about alcohol culture really. I also have social anxiety and don't like bar crowds. Though I make exceptions for live music. That said, I will happily DD for my friends if they want to go out and have a good time. I prefer it when they tell me when they want to be picked up and I can go get them later as opposed to spending the whole time with them as they get sloshed. But I can be convinced to bar hop with them on one condition. If we go out to dinner, they cover my bill. No dinner. They are stuck covering my cokes all night. Though, I admit that I was told by a bartender friend to tell the bartender I'm a DD and I may get my drinks for free. It works sometimes. It doesn't have to be a steak or something expensive. I'm not demanding anyone buy me a $50 plate, nor would I do that to my friends. I just expect the ones drinking to split the cost of my usually $15 minus 20 dinner in exchange for me spending gas. I don't charge them for it. And time in an environment I don't enjoy. I was laughing and explaining it to a new friend and he called me an asshole and that my payment should be my friends getting home safe. I replied that they could get home safe without me going with because I'd go get them. This is the cost for making me hang out where I'm uncomfortable. He said it's even worse because I'm charging them to hang out with me. Am I the asshole for making my friends cover my dinner if I DD for them while bar hopping? NTA. Hey, sounds like this new friend isn't a good fit for you. If your friends have a problem with it, they can say something. Have one of them be sober or get a hired ride. NTA. Paying for the DD's food and non-alcoholic drink should just be common courtesy emo. NTA. I think this is a part of party culture that people should think about more often. How the sober people around them are dealing with it. But, perhaps, if your friends don't respect that you're someone who doesn't want to be in that environment, and they expect it from you frequently, they aren't the best friends for you. NTA. And it sounds like you and your buddies have a good system. Like a plate of nachos or a burger or whatever in exchange for everyone having a good time and staying safe? I dig it. If this new guy doesn't like it, sucks for him. I also assume that y'all don't only hang out in bars as well. So a trade for certain outings and no expectations on sober excursions is a perfectly good way to do things. NTA. You're not charging them to hang out with you. You're asking for compensation in exchange for you coming along with them to do something that you don't enjoy because they want the freedom of not having a set time to leave or searching for an Uber driver. NTA. It sounds reasonable to me. After all, you are doing them a favor. The whole payment should be my friends getting home safe is BS. You could simply remain at home and let one of them stay sober or pay for an Uber. Instead, you give of your time and gas and put up with drunk people. NTA lol. Repayment is getting your friends home safe? Why don't you ask him to pay your rent and tell him his repayment is keeping a roof over your head? Honestly. Also, if your friends weren't happy with this arrangement, I'm sure they'd stop asking you and just get an Uber. Sounds more than fair. Bet he's the kinda guy that's always involved with the rounds but disappears when it's his turn. NTA. Only a terrible friend would want to always receive favors from you and never do anything in return. If you were my friend, I would insist on buying your dinner, drinks, etc. I'd probably, accidentally, drop a gas station gift card in your car once in a while. 2. This new friend is way out to lunch. NTA. Even more NTA as you tell your friends this in advance. If your friends didn't like it, I'm sure they wouldn't use the service. Not sure if new person gonna be a good friend. NTA. You're not getting used this way. Whereas you are if you have to pay your own way. Honestly, this is way cheaper for them than Uber and safer too. Sounds like this new friend wants to be part of the bar hopping group but doesn't want to compensate you. If the core group doesn't have a problem with this arrangement but he does. He's not you. NTA. I don't drink so I'm always the DD. My friends know I have severe anxiety and don't do well in bars and stuff. It's never been an issue for them to cover my food, drinks. In fact, they all insist on it as a way to thank me for going with them. Hanging out in places where I feel uncomfortable and are always extremely grateful. Sounds like the new friend either doesn't understand or simply doesn't care and feels entitled to it. NTA. People would be paying for Ubers anyway if you weren't DDing. Paying for transportation is part of going out. NTA. They should be appreciative of you doing them a solid. NTA. Lol. Hoover. This new guy ain't a friend if I am dragging you along with me to places you don't like on my behalf. I am compensating you regardless of how close we are. NTA. Because it's very nice of you to be a designated driver for you friends when you don't even really like alcohol. NTA. You pick people up for free and will go bar hopping with them for Red Robin? As long as you're upfront about it, I think it's a pretty sweet deal. NTA. And to the person who called you thinking you should waste your whole night to make sure your friends get home safe for free. He is aware that they are spending money on shots and cocktails. They should be able to float you a nice meal to get home safely. Or they can try and get a Uber, Lyft or even a taxi cab. And they may realize a $20 meal is a hell of lot cheaper than any other alternative. Definitely NTA. NTA. I thought this was normal? Like offering to pay for gas for a friend who picks you up at the airport. The few times I've been DD, they always offered to buy my meal or some token cash in appreciation. NTA. I'd do the same thing if I was in your shoes. But I don't live near any friends anymore. Edit. Am I the only one who thinks your payment is that your friends get home safe? Bears an awful lot of similarity to the idea of exposure being acceptable payment for an artist.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Haircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.